My name is Cole Chambers, and I'm from Dorcia Media. I'm going to be talking to you about the social media site that we've been creating and how it can help you. But first, I'd like to talk a little bit about this issue that we were trying to face. Now, I know a lot of you probably have a social media site, if not a few. And it's not surprising, given that there are over 750 million users of Facebook, that there are over 500,000 Twitter users added every day, and over 25 million Google Plus members. But what does that really mean to us? Well, basically this. Social media is not going anywhere, and it's a trend that's increasing constantly. As you can see from the graph, Facebook right now has a lion's share hold on it, but other things such as Twitter are gaining popularity at increasing rates. Now, how does social media differ from some of our traditional communication? Well, as you can see, if you're interacting with people or groups of people in real life, you probably have separated groups. Maybe your friends, maybe your family, your coworkers. You can kind of censor what you're going to say to that group to make it appropriate. But in a social media site, that's not always the case. What you say to one person can be seen by many people, and it can create kind of a backlash on yourself. So how can this really affect you? Well, let's say one of those people that you might not have intended as an audience turns out to be your HR representative that you're interviewing with for that job that you really want. And it's not surprising, given that over 82% of HR representatives use social media sites for doing just this purpose. In a survey done by Microsoft, 70% of representatives actually have used Facebook and other social media sites to deny applicants from their position that they're applying for. What are some of the reasons that they got denied? Well, it can be as varied as comments that they made that are inappropriate, photos that they have been taken that have been deemed inappropriate, or even criticizing past employees, past clients, and past coworkers. One surprising statistic is other people commenting on your social media site could actually get you in hot water and keep you from getting that job you want. So what does it mean? Well, increasingly, Google is your new resume. And it's not just that piece of paper, and it's not just that portable display application that you hand in and show off. It's what those search results from Google and other search sites give you. What are some of the classic strategies? Well, first of all, there's privacy settings that you can enact on your social media sites. There are lists, and there's also the grandma check, which is basically, before you post anything, just ask yourself, is this something that you'd want to see your grandma know about you? Well, one of the problems with that is these are all defensive strategies, and we're trying to enact more offensive strategies. Basically, defensive strategies minimize your presence online, while offensive strategies increase your media potential and get you more views. This is where our site comes in. My Identity is a website that we're creating for our sponsor, Dr. V, which brings all these aspects about social media education and learning what tools you can have and gain access to really improve your social media appearance. Some of the features that we will notice on our site is the ability to sign in and add connections to all sorts of different social media files, social media profiles that you have, and as well as gain access to the articles that we have, tools, and a system to upload profiles and get feedback. Another aspect that we're implementing is the guide, which is basically a step-by-step walkthrough of different tools that you can take advantage of in order to boost your online presence. So now I'd like to talk a little bit about some of the links and how those are used. Here's an example of a profile, and it basically allows an external site to be brought into our site, and comments can be given back. So basically you can get feedback on profiles that you have on external sites here from members of this website. Now, there are a few steps in the evolution of our product in order to ensure that we were keeping with what the product that our client wanted, especially given a rocky start. As you can see, they're mentioned up here. We're going to be, we're still moving past some of these and getting into our release date, which is today. We're going to be testing today in the 310B lab. I hope that all of you will get a chance to come by and take advantage of that. Now, one of the things that we did, as well as testing you guys here, was we went down to Indianapolis and got a feel for the the acceptance level of something like this from high school students. And some of the results that we got were a little surprising to us. Namely that, well, it just seemed that they all were kind of the same. They didn't really have a strong leaning towards whether it was important or not important to take advantage of online media management. And so we're very excited to compare these results to the results that we get from you guys and our college demographic. With that, I'd like to thank all of you for coming by and listening to my Pecha Kucha presentation.